Dumelang Mpolweni and greetings. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is True Crime with StonedQ, where we do true crime in the South African context on Mondays and or Tuesdays. We cover under the radar, under the reported cases usually for the marginalized groups that we have here in our country. But sometimes we do cover the more well-known cases, but there's usually an intention behind that, and the intention we do say it on the video that we would be covering. But welcome to episode 16. Those who are new here, please let us start by subscribing there so that we can grow the awareness, because not a lot of us were even aware of the cases that we cover here. But I think these cases also deserve some light, also deserve a little bit of pressure and some following up and resolve if possible for such cases. So this is episode 16 and a little bit of warnings for this case. So we'll be speaking about hate crime. We'll be speaking about unaliving. We will also be touching on social issues a little bit. So if this is not your cup of tea, please go check out what I do on my other platform, StonedQ. Go check out those episodes. They're a bit more lighter, and sometimes they're a bit more serious. But if this is something that is true triggering for you, please go check out the other stuff that we do. So today's case will be covering the case of Lulama Mvandaba, who was a 38-year-old woman at the time that she lost her life. And please, for our cases that we do cover here, I ask us to just let us be kind, even if we don't agree with a certain way somebody lived their lives or a certain decision that was taken in the case that we do cover. So please, let's just remember these people are real people with real families and real friends and real people that matter to them. And just for humanity's sake, we are all human at the end of the day. So please let us get into today's case without wasting any more time. So today's case will be taking us to another country in our country, the country of Cape Town. Those who are in South Africa know what I mean when I say the city is considered as a country. And with the current events that are happening now, this is the movement that the people, the super rich in that city, would like the city to be. So we go all the way down to one of the townships that are so sadly reported whenever crime stats are being taken regarding our country. So we're going all the way down to a new informal settlement, well, newish informal settlement of Mpolweni in Khayelitsha. So I think a lot of us are familiar with the township of Khayelitsha. There's also another case that was covered here with the honeymoon killer. I don't know if you guys remember that case, where an Indian couple came to get married in the country and this poor woman lost their lives, called Khayelitsha. So if you're familiar with Cape Town as a city or a country, since they want to make it a country, so it's a city in our country. Look at me carrying the accent, but it's a city in our country where the state of South Africa, you can visibly see it. You know how people would say that the ruling party in that city is, we should actually put that party in power, but that's just a recycling of the atrocities that we went through as a country. So with that ruling party, what you would see there is that there's the super rich who are well taken care of, services are delivered, everything is running smoothly for them. And then you get on the far end, now on the far end, cities like Khayelitsha or District 6, and these informal places where now the crime is so much. And I don't know why we don't look how interlinked these things are. We're always looking at the effect versus the cause. But so it's service delivery situation. It's a mismanaged place, overpopulated, no services are running, the crime stats are crazy, the hate crimes are crazy, the black on black is crazy. The We literally would be eating each other in those places, because in our native tongues, there's a saying, Ering, indlala ibanga ulaka, right? So this whole, I keep mentioning this, I think on whatever platform I'd be on, that the way food security is such an important thing, it even has its own little a department or a little scope or little, vision. This is what we need to do by 2030. But it's one thing that is not taken seriously because this food non-security and hunger, it breeds a whole lot of ills that, yeah, I guess gives us a platform to be talking about such things. But anyway, I digress from our case here. But yeah, we're going back to this place here in Khayelitsha. So it was a newly developed informal settlement in Mpolweni. So I know there's a Mpolweni in KZN, but now we're in the Western Cape in the country of Cape Town, but yeah, the city of Cape Town. And yeah, as much as it's winning awards and all of that, but there's still these tensions that are consistently in their city, where now the inequalities of the country are visibly seen. But anyway, let us go back here, like I'm saying for the last time here. So this case occurred on the 5th of June in the year 2021, where a 38-year-old woman lost their lives due to their sexuality. So Lulama Mvandaba was an openly living lesbian woman. And yeah, I guess the people where she was a resident from, they knew all about her, And I always say how it's safe until it's not safe, and it's so sad to read in the comments when you're doing such research on whatever platform that you find yourself in that, you know what, you cannot openly live as a queer individual in South Africa or in Africa as a continent, because it's either you need to be super, super rich because, yeah, if you're living in the townships, it's crazy dangerous. If you're living in the townships, there's no, yeah, money somewhat performs some sort of security benefit for you, in the circles that you move. I know with my former partner, their brother would not go to partying in the hood, because of how unsafe it is if you're part of the marginalized people. But anyway, so on the 5th of June, Lulama went to a tavern, another social ill that, yeah, we clearly not dealing with. So they went to a tavern, lay a friend. This is now story relayed by their partner, Caroline, who was a 57-year-old woman at the time that this crime was taking place. But this was a partner to Lulama. And Lulama went to a tavern with a friend. And, man, I don't know. I always say that, as much as I'm a drinker, but there's some spirit in the spirit of alcohol. There's some yeah, there's something that happens when there's just liquor, or it activates some spirit I do not know, and yeah, anyway, let us go back to the start. So on the 5th of June, they go out with a friend of hers, go this tavern in your another township of in Khayelitsha there. So as the night progresses, now this friend is they're clearly having a good time, And then as they're buying two beers, they put them there where they're chilling by their table. So, enjoying, I guess, a night out with a friend. And yeah, some guy, yeah, yeah, sometimes when men are so weird. Some guy, yeah, clearly, yeah, this is something we get to experience in South Africa. You're minding your own business, and then some guy would come and bother you. So this boy or this guy, I'll say boy because of the terms that was used here. So one of the guys involved in this case, yeah, they come and take one of the two beers that the girls had or that the women had bought. So Lulama retaliated by saying, Kwedini, bring back my beer. And I guess that was so triggery. That is why I'm saying, yeah, South African men sometimes can be so weird. So I don't know if that is a dent on an ego. If you maybe it is offensive. Please educate us, Xhosa people. Maybe if you went to the mountain and then come back, you cannot be referred to as Kwedini because Kwedini translated as a boy, right? And but I've also noticed how in the dialect of a Cape Town Xhosa, Kwedini is mentioned a lot and not as a derogatory term, but as a bro or dude or kind of situation. But please do correct me if I am mistaken in that manner. But anyway, so I guess one of these guys felt, oh my God, I'm being disrespected by this gay woman. Anyway, so this Fred now, while still having a fun dancing, it is, I guess, an unwinding time Or yeah, I guess that's why we go to such places, right? We wanna unwind and do all those things. So next thing she hears a commotion, right? And then as she's stepping back and out of her little joy bubble, she sees Lulama being attacked, but Lulama managed to escape to these three men who are attacking her. And then she runs off, and apparently she runs off in a different direction to where her home was. So I guess this is a situation now, fight or flight, where you just basically your whatever instinct is kicking in now tells you maybe this is the direction of safety or whatever it is, right? But the body, her unalived body, was found at her place of residence. Anyway, so the girlfriend keeps on being contacted because she's supposed to come to her place on Monday, the following Monday, right? And okay, she doesn't pitch or anything. So maybe this is also nature of the relationship. And yeah, I think it's also a reflection for me as well, where I just feel going, yeah, sometimes you don't even say where I'm going. I just feel no, they know I'm safe, which is a very, very bad habit. I definitely know that, where okay, at least somebody needs to know, this whole thing that I always impose on my friends, okay, no, when you get home, let me know. I need to actually practice it with my own immediate family, Anyway, so Lulama was found 6 days later by her neighbors because they would be phoning Caroline, Hore, Ejo, have you seen this person? We haven't seen this person in the longest. And then her relaying of the story, Beyonce, yeah, she was supposed to come to me on Monday, but she didn't pitch. And then now there's a smell developing. Obviously, now the body's starting to decompose, right? Now there's a smell developing and they just thought, it's a rat. So these are the other social ills that informal settlements where something of this nature might be happening, but because like it's so chaotic, everything is so out of balance, everything is so we get so desensitized to the non-normalness of this whole situation. I remember our former president, and it's a speech I'll never forget. One of our former presidents once said that, shack dwellings, amakyokyombe. Yeah, I think one of my favorite Xhosa words. Amakyokyombe are places for chickens, right? They're not places for humans to live. So we are so dehumanized and getting so normal with us being so dehumanized that, we're thinking, okay, this is normal, or at least that whole half a loaf of bread is nothing. At least I have shelter. But that is not a normal way to live. Like it breeds so many social ills. But unfortunately, Kuluva for himself, God for us all, and Kuluva for himself, right? Especially as the majority of this country. Anyway, country, South Africa, not the city that is a country of Cape Town. But anyway, so 6 days later, now they start breaking into her place, right? And this is where now they find her decomposed body. So they find her with her body slumped over her bed like this. So story apparently goes, these three men clearly were not done with their vicious attack there by the tavern there. And they either followed her home or yeah, we don't know how she ended up home. Like I'm saying, these are so under the radar. Like there's literally also this code, this black code of snitches get stitches. I don't want to be a snitch. I don't want to say too much, because also when you're following up on everything else, there's like dead ends everywhere, to a point where now there's a group, a civil group in, I guess, policing. I don't know if it's in policing or if it's for community, but this case was apparently reported with an incorrect case number. And after that, there's a dead end. So this group is called the Rapid Task Team or something like that, where it's supposed to be rapid, but it was 2021 to 2024 now, and nothing has been done. There's no arrest made in this case. And I'm sure, like in such places, especially like if this is the local drinking pool, I think everybody should know everybody, and there's definitely witnesses. People did see the people who put an attack on this, but maybe by infamous, maybe the upcoming was magnificent. We don't know. And like I'm saying, that black code of snitches get stitches. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't saying nothing. So kind of situation. And unfortunately, we only get it when it's now closer to home. Norman. Actually, these are things that need to be stopped. These are things that the police need to get assistance with this. But anyway, so when they find the body now, when the cops are called, they rule off this case, which is clearly nothing natural about the case, but they rule it off as a natural causes kind of death, right? But now, when the undertaker obviously now is handling the body, there's bruises that are seen. So there's a mark on her right boob where apparently a burning wood was used on her. Yeah? So they burnt her right boob. And then there's also bruises all over the body indicating assault. So yeah, like whose job is it? Whose job is it anyway? Like whose job is it? So it's so disheartening that the marginalized groups, and I don't know what efforts need to be put in. I don't know if a fund is needed. I don't know. And I'm hoping like with such platforms we get to grow big enough that we can maybe have funds that are put into such cases where maybe it's going to be privately handled, but justice needs to be done in these cases. But these three people are still roaming around in 2024. There's no, so a case number, so the rapid response team, the RRT, was waiting for an updated case number, which they never received. The police that are involved here, they don't care. It's another lesbian woman. Who cares? They rolled it off as natural causes. Even like I think as a normal person, more so if you're trained for such things, when you see okay, even the body slumped over here, why is there no extra investigation kind of thing, you know? And then yeah, the brother is the one that confirmed, okay, clearly this person was unalived because of their sexuality. But since then, the family had asked that, can we just have a private mourning situation here? But also, as the family, you also get so disheartened, and also seeing in the Khayelitsha area, this is something that is so common. And it's so weird because in Cape Town, that is like our local um what's this? But it's like sort of the gay capital in South Africa, right? With Pretoria being number two. But it is the most dangerous. Like I'm saying that when you see in comments that in the township, please just uh, conform to whatever gender normalities, conform to the heteronormative way of life because it is so not safe for you, and it is so unfair that certain people get to live their lives freely and other people don't get to live their lives freely. But yeah, because it is underreported and these dead ends, like I'm saying, that we're finding everywhere. But yeah, the little I could find was that the brother Mvelisi also lamented how this was literally 5 months after they had lost their mother, right? So Lulama was the eldest sister in this group of siblings, and this is them now handling death number two in the family. And yeah, clearly it's another one bites the dust kind of situation. But Lulama, wherever you are, wherever your soul is, may you please rise in power. May you torture these people. May your case be a solved case. May the family also find closure. And I can't also imagine moving on as a partner. Like, how do you even move on? Do you even still wanna be known as a person that was attached to this person? Will I be next? Will I be their next victim? Will they be trying to kill all these loopholes by going after me? Kind of situation. But that is all I have on the case of Lulama Mvandaba, and it is unsolved, dead end, like I'm saying. But Queen, please rise in power wherever you are. But I hope we are Pumula and rest in peace eventually. And these three men will be brought to book. That is all I have for us today. Let us remember, please be kind. Let us remember this is somebody's loved one. Please let us not be entitled to people's souls. Let us not be entitled to people's private way of life, how people live their lives. Let us handle disputes in a more healthier way. It is Black History Month, so let us do better as a race as well. Let us take care of each other. Let us love one another. Let us, get our house in order because we are in so much chaos. There's so much chaos. We literally scared of each other as a people. But yes, please be safe. Take care of yourselves. If being in the closet keeps you safer, please stay there. Go out in, sadly, I guess, the more affluent area. Let's work on the bag. Clearly, the townships don't love us. Clearly, the country doesn't love us. Africa doesn't love us in that manner. But yes, happy today. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, let us respectful of one another. And we are out.